Hello, everybody. This is John Paval here with a special edition of Access Arts Live to tell you that this Friday the 13th, tomorrow, is going to be a lucky day for you if you're an opera lover or a Wagner lover, because La Scala Opera House will be putting on its continuing production of Der Ring des Nibelungen with Siegfried. That's right. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about how they're going to do that, who the conductor is, give you a little bit of background on the singers, let you know what some of the reviews have been of the earlier installments of this ongoing series. They did Die Valkyrie back in February, and it received glowing reviews, and a number of the performers who were in that performance of Die Valkyrie are back playing the same roles this time around. So to give you just a brief look at everybody that's in it, I did put together a little something so you could look at everybody while I first introduced it. You got to know who the players are. There you are. It's conducted by Simone Young, who's something of a Wagner and Strauss specialist. In the title role is Klaus Florian Vogt, playing Siegfried. Camilla Nylund, or Nylund, depending on how you pronounce that Finnish name, is in the role of Brunhilde, which she's reprising. Michael Volle is reprising the role of Wotan, who appears in this installment of the Nibelungen as the Wanderer. And Ólafur Sigurdarson plays Albrecht, and Wolfgang Ablinger-Sperrhacke, which is a Wagnerian name if I've ever heard one, is in the role of Mime. So, the reviews of this production have just been so highly positive. Let me tell you just a little bit to start up and tell you a little bit about Simone Young. She, as a Wagner specialist, she conducted Das Rheingold this past summer at the Bayreuth Opera Festival in another production. She's now the chief conductor of the Sydney Symphony Orchestra in Australia, which is her native land. And that's in the last couple of years she's been doing that. But she had a 3-decade career, largely here in Europe, which included stints as a conductor at the Gulbenkian Orchestra in Lisbon, and also stints with the Hamburg Philharmonic, and a decade as the main conductor with the Hamburg State Opera from 2005 to 2015. So this is someone steeped in opera conducting and experience. I'll read you a little quote from one of the reviews of her conducting in Die Valkyrie in February. Simone Young conducted La Scala's orchestra in a performance brimming with emotion and tension. She maintained a brisk pace, allowing lengthy passages to flow naturally while highlighting their recitativo quality. And her interpretation focused more on the character's anguish and human suffering rather than Teutonic grandeur. And I think you might expect that to continue in this next stage. So let's move on then, and let me tell you a little bit about each of the performers in the different roles. Starting out with the guy playing Siegfried in the title role, Klaus Florian Vogt, who is a Wagner specialist. He will be playing Siegfried again in July 29th at the Bayreuth Festival, where he's a regular. He's appeared in a lot of different productions there. He was in the production of Die Valkyrie back in February, but he was playing the role of Sigmund there. If you want to know, how often he's been at Bayreuth, well, and what he's done there, he's done the Meistersingers of Nuremberg, he's done Lohengrin, he's done Parsifal there, he's done Stolzig, the role of Stolzing in the Meistersingers of Nuremberg. Then he went back again playing Lohengrin, then Sigmund in Die Valkyrie in 2021, and then Sigmund again in Die Valkyrie in 2022. So he's the man when it comes to these Wagnerian roles. A lot of people don't know this, but he started out as a trumpet player, and then he gave it up to become a, uh, a tenor and an opera singer. And he's, he is one of these very successful singers who is a freelancer. He doesn't have to be on staff anywhere. He does very well on his own. So that's your Siegfried, and I think you can expect him to do, at the very least, a very experienced job of it. Let me clean up my visuals here for a moment. And then I want to tell you about his Brunhilde here, who has been praised to the skies. It's Camilla Newland is the way it would be pronounced in Finland. It's one of those Finnish-Swedish names. A lot of people of Swedish ancestry in Finland. She's been continuing this role, reprising it, of Brunhilde through the whole series of the Nibelungen. Here's what Backtrack had to say about her back in February. Camilla Newland, one of today's most celebrated Brunhildes, embodied the Valkyrie with effortless vocal power. Her strong, dramatic soprano filled the vast theater with ease, high notes ringing with confidence, and the golden brilliance of her voice shining throughout. She skillfully conveyed Brunhilde's youthful exuberance, the thrill of falling in love with love, and her relationship with her father, Wotan, played by Michael Volle there too, was explored with remarkable nuance by both singers. She also got rave reviews. Last year, she was at the Bayreuth Festival playing Isolde in Tristan and Isolde, and I had 2 gushing reviews about her I was going to read to you, but they're really not germane. One thing that's interesting about her is that she really got her start playing Brunhilde working with the Zurich Opera House, which also gave her her debut in the role of Tristan und Isolde. So she owes something to those people, but she has surely repaid them richly in the wonderful performances that she's given. So I think you've got a top, I'm sure the finale of this, of Siegfried, which is with Siegfried and Brunhilde, I think that's going to shine. And if you love opera, I don't think you want to miss that. I'm telling you. Okay. Now for the also rans, the other interesting people. But what is more interesting than love and young love? And I already mentioned to you in that quote from Backtrack, the German baritone Michael Volle, who played Wotan in Die Valkyrie, and here in Siegfried he plays the Wanderer. But the Wanderer, for those of you who don't know the opera, the Wanderer is Wotan in disguise, and he's been with ensembles like the Zurich Opera House and the Bavarian State Opera in Munich for years. He guested all over the place. Recently, he did Falstaff with the New York Met. He'll be doing The Flying Dutchman at Bayreuth this summer. And here's what Backtrack had to say a little more about Volle in Die Valkyrie. Volle is a seasoned Wotan. His high notes were beautifully rounded, and just as an aside, that's so important. And the better singers, they know how to do that, and the less veteran ones often don't. His delivery immaculate, an absolute pleasure to hear. His interpretation felt effortless. Clearly, the result of a deep understanding of the role. His Act 2 monologue was introspective and compelling, while his fury against Brunhilde, which will have something to do with what happens in Siegfried, was both powerful and terrifying. Heck of a guy. So I think that's another performer you can count on in this performance. And for some reason, when I tried to put up his photo, you did not get it. Or you got it and then it went away. I thought I saw it up there and there. That's Michael Volle, looking appropriately stern for someone who's going to be Brunhilde's father. There are two more of the performers that I do want to tell you about. Who's the one I want to tell you about next? I want to tell you about the guy playing Mime, because he's, right there from the beginning of this story, having taken on the task of raising Siegfried from childhood up till now, when things are going to change. Wolfgang Ablinger-Sperrhacke, that's him there on screen. He's been playing Mime for over a decade now. He got his debut in the role at the Bavarian State Opera back in 2012. He's an Austrian, came up from studying at the Vienna Hochschule in music and all of that. He's a regular at the Glyndebourne Opera Festival, where he's done over 130 appearesses. He's at the point in time, he did his first debut at the Opéra Nationale de France, 27 years ago, back in 1997. This is a distinguished man. The French gave him the Chevalier des Arts et des Lettres de France, the Knight of Arts and Letters, back in 2022. And he also received the honor of being appointed a Bavarian Kammersänger, chamber singer, back in 2021. So again, a very dependable veteran singer in yet another role in this opera. And there's one more that I want to tell you about. Ólafur, Sigurdarson. He played this same role in Das Rheingold at La Scala back in November. He has often played this role, and he is always singled out for praise whenever he does so. So I think what you're looking at in the ensemble is a top conductor, a super Siegfried, a wonderful Brunhilde, a very solid Wanderer or Wotan, and excellent backup in the roles of Mime and Albrecht. This is going to be a good production. I also included there a few pictures there down below. Maybe I want to let me show you a couple others, because the scenography of this opera, I think, is also impressive. Here are some shots from I believe this is a forging shot when they're trying to create this new because they have to forge a new sword. And there's a couple others that I can show you. I mean, the scenography is just they pulled out all the stops for this. It's Wagner, it's Nibelungen, it's this is the top of the top. So they spare nothing in terms of the visual impressiveness of what they're presenting to you, folks. That's what the Teatro alla Scala has in store for you tomorrow on Friday the 13th. And as I said in beginning, if you are someone who loves the opera, or especially if you are a lover of Wagner, you're in for a treat. It's not free of charge, but you can get the ticket for it. We give you the link to their website. That you have to give them you have to subscribe. And the subscribing is free of charge, in the sense that just means that you have to give them an email address and all of that, so that you can then log in. And then it was €9.90, which will be $11 US. So it isn't often that I just commend something and say, I think it's going to be a great show. But given the way the critics have absolutely loved the previous installment of Die Valkyrie, given the fact that you have several people coming back from Die Valkyrie, and that the new people are top people, this is a no-brainer. If you love opera, if you love Wagner especially, tomorrow, Friday the 13th, is your lucky day. And I hope that you will tune in and enjoy it. That's all for now. I may be back on Friday with weekend highlights at about this time, 6 or 6:30 in the evening, European time. Ciao for now, and if you do tune in, I hope you love it.